My apologies for an interruption. There was a delivery, dog barking. So this is part 2. I am so sorry, guys, but when you do this at home, those interruptions can happen. But where we left off was I planted that little seed of thinking about externalizing your problems. That means put them out there, because it's you are not the problem. The problem happened to you.
What do you mean of just putting them out there? In other words,
Not
do you mean
in public.
but the people from Indiana, they know everything about me, about what I went through and that.
Yes.
So how do I put that out there?
I don't mean out there to the public, such as the abuse that happened to me that's not going to be my problem or my story. That was something external, outside of you, that happened. It's not an internal problem of Beverly. And I'm probably not explaining that well. The idea is there's more to Beverly than that. There's more to Ken than that. You can reshape your story. Just the example I had given you of reshaping mine.
Right.
People and those close to me know about my history, but that's not the story I choose to tell and to share. I choose to tell the triumph part, the accomplishment part, where you've succeeded. Reshape your story. How about all the things you've overcome, Beverly? How about the achievement of a long-time marriage? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Usually people have some time to think about this, but given the videos and our limited time, can you, just for practice, give me a new summary of how your story might look? Ken.
I've been married for 23 years. We got 4 beautiful children that you gave life to. We've got beautiful grandkids. We have a lot to be thankful for.
Yeah.
Beverly?
Same thing.
Oh no. Give me.
Well, I'm glad that, me and him are, doing our things together and but I really don't know how to talk about this stuff.
You're doing great.
About how you feel, right?
You're doing great.
I'm doing okay.
Can you see ever telling a different story, Beverly?
Can I tell a different story?
Can you see a different story that Beverly can tell about her life?
In a way, yes. In a way, no.
Okay. I can
Well, people
accept
say
that.
be honest, so that's what I am.
I accept that because, again, this is just a short time. It's an idea I've given you. But you've given me a little hope in that possibly you could see telling another story.
Mm-hmm.
The kids you've raised, the accomplishment of a marriage, overcoming everyday challenges just to eat and keep a roof over your head.
Yes.
So what I heard is possibly you might be able to tell a different Beverly story. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, when I was a teenager and growing up, and I had a beautiful life and everything until the day I got married. So,
Until you didn't.
yeah. Yeah.
But sometimes our story doesn't have to include everything, the whole ball of wax. It doesn't have to include my childhood or all those struggles.
Right.
My story can be the result. Where I am today, what it took, the fight, the perseverance, sticking to it,
Right.
like your marriage. You all stuck to it over and over again. And you depend on each other and lean on each other and support each other. There's a different story in there. And that's your homework in your journal. Just give me a glimpse of a possible way your story can be told. That's your homework.
It depends on whether you're optimistic or pessimistic. If you're one of these people that go around, everything bad happens to me, when it rains it only lands on me, and I just know tomorrow's going to be worse than today, of course you're going to be miserable.
Yes, and even pessimistic people can turn their story around. Doesn't mean it's still not facts,
Right.
but you can choose your narrative. You can choose your story. And the part about externalizing your problem, taking that problem and setting it over here, analyze it, look at it all you want. But that doesn't mean Beverly's the problem or Ken's the problem. The problem of trying to earn a living and make money, those are challenges every day. But that's not who you are, it's what you have to do.
You know, what happened to you, that was then, this is now.
Doesn't mean it didn't shape you and add to your character and shape who you are. But it can be shaped differently. So you can start, when you start thinking differently, you start acting differently, responding differently. It's hard. I still self-talk myself. I'm a New York Italian. We can...
Yeah.
I have to still self-talk myself, no matter how much I know or have learned. It's being aware of those things.
In other words, to watch out.
Take control of your thoughts rather than them controlling you.
Okay, I understand.
And there's an elephant in the room that I want to talk about. I don't know if it can be during this session. Probably the next session. But the question I want to ask before you leave, Ken, do you still, or do you have thoughts of harming yourself? So what do you do every day to get around that, to not follow through in that?
I have to not get obsessed in that. When I start thinking that way, I have to change and think about something else. Something that's pressing that I need to do right now instead of that.
So you take control of your thoughts.
Yeah. I got to get off of the self-pity and start thinking more positive.
And you are good about that. Lastly, where do you all stand spiritually? Do you have prayer in your life? Do you look? Where's your rock? Your
She
strength?
does. She prays a lot.
I do.
How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel a lot better. That I know that God is talking to me.
I used to be an ordained minister, but I'm a pagan now.
May I ask why?
A lot of different things. The Holocaust the Jewish God's people would hold up their children and say, Lord, don't you even have the mercy to spare this one? There was prayers going up to God all the time, and he never answered.
Ah,
In fact, they found in one of the cells, one of the captive cells, scratched into the wall, said, if there is a God, he will have to beg my forgiveness.
so
Unanswered prayer, mostly.
do you think prayers go unanswered? Maybe the answer is no. Or our understanding is too simple to ever wrap our brain around the complexities of the Old Testament, Christ having to come and shed blood to save us, but we have to accept him before he'll save us, and sometimes that saving does not mean he plucks us right out of our problem. That's where faith comes in. And the people in Jesus' day, they had him. We have faith. Remember, those that were persecuted because of him will be first in the kingdom of heaven. So prayers get answered. Sometimes the answer is no, or wait. Spirituality can be a strength in a relationship and in a situation. And next time, I will tell you what I mean and the examples of where I've seen the Lord answer my prayer. Literally, physically. And it's amazing when that happens.
This is turning into a church sermon.
No, I'm done. I'm done. I have to get an idea of your strengths, what you lean on, where you look to when those external problems of life invade. External invaders is what they are. And next time, I want to hear your rephrased narrative. I'm not going to do all the talking.
We are.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm doing too much talking.
Yeah.
No, we're learning from listening to you, though. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
And in these short sessions, it's so hard to cover all the meat I want to cover.
Oh, yes.
And sometimes, I mean, I'm going to be honest too, that I was in special education and they thought that I had, well, I'll put it this way, they thought I was crazy, you know, when I was a lot younger. And, but it took my mom and my sister, and it also took my aunt, you know, getting me through the special education to be who I am today.
That's part of your story. That's a triumph. Let's have our story have more of those in it.
Yeah,
All right.
you made it through it.
And we're gonna talk more when we're not limited by a few minutes and by the parameters I have to stay in.
Well, she tells everybody, she says, yes, Stephanie's my counselor.
Well,
I do.
It helps her.
well,
To,
we will be able to do more, not just in this context. Okay, I'm going to shut this off now, and thank you all.
You
thank
will.
you.